Hi there, I'm Buddha and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I will show you my traveling pedalboard. While I play my regular gigs in Portugal, I travel with a bigger pedalboard. I've done an episode on that board, but I've been traveling a lot out of the country, and I've been traveling flying to gigs. So the pedalboard is a really big issue. I need to get the smallest pedalboard I can get. I'm using the Junior pedal train Junior with the least amount of effects I can use and the most effects I can fit into the pedalboard. Today I'm using my Nags as usual because it's my main guitar, and I'm using the Fender Twin Reverb to emulate the kind of amp I normally get when I use rental amps, when I use backline on the festivals or on the fly dates. With this smaller pedalboard is to cover all the tones I need in the smallest package I can get. But I also need to have pedals that are versatile, that work good with any amp, not just pedals that sound really good by themselves with my Lone Star or with my Ram Tone or with the Marshall or with the Royal Atlantic. I need to get pedals that sound good with any amp and that are versatile enough to make me sound like myself. So I have assembled this pedalboard, and it starts, the signal chain starts from the Roger Mayer Voodoo Vibe to the Full Tone Ultimate Octave, to the MVO Buddha Fant, to the Overdrive, to the King of Tone, Analog Man King of Tone, and finally my trusty M9, my Line 6 M9. I will show you what why do I choose these pedals and how do I use it. So first of all, this is my clean tone. Regular clean tone. Normally, I always use a slapback, always on. So this is the first preset on my M9. It's a slapback. Probably set the mix a little lower. Then this is my basic clean tone, and sticking in the clean tones I have a Leslie fast speed and a slow speed Leslie. So my effects too is fast Leslie, slow Leslie. I then have a 1 repeat delay. That I usually use when I don't get reverb on the amps. So for example, in this song I will use a slapback, fast Leslie, and a 1 repeat. and this is my basic tone. I set the amp to the cleanest I'll ever use, and I try to set it to compress a little bit. But my main sound is almost always the King of Tone turned on. So I have the King of Tone set to be an overdrive on the red channel and a cleaner boost on the yellow channel. So this is my main tone, and I get a little more drive than I usually need with full volume. This is my clean. But then I control it with the volume knob on the guitar, so I almost always leave it on all the time. And being my clean tone, okay, so this will be my main tone. Then, depending on the amp, I'll leave it on with the other overdrives, or I'll turn it off. So if I have a song playing like this, and I want to step up a little bit, I will kick in the clean boost. It will raise me up above the band. So but since this is not a clean boost, it has some drive in it. Since I'm getting the first overdrive into the clean boost, it will overdrive a little bit. And since the boost is turning up a good bit, the amp will start to compress more, will start to overdrive a little more. So it usually gives me my clean riff tone, rhythm tone, and my lead tone. It works as I usually use the solo volume or the solo switch on my Lone Star. So it's a little more volume just to let me cut through the mix and raise a little bit in the band without needing more overdrive or more gain, more compression. Then I have the Overdrive, which is my in-between fuzz territory, fuzz overdrive distortion. It's a really strange pedal. It lets some of the clean signal go through, so you always have attack. It's really dark. It's a replica of the tube driver. It's made by Eric Johnson's guitar tech, and it's quite rare. Not super rare, not a Klon Centaur rare, but it's not common. And it cleans up really beautiful. It has a lot of gain, but it also has a lot of clarity. it can almost sound like a fuzz. It sounds like an overdrive. It cleans beautifully, so you can have it on and clean it with your volume. So this way I have 3 overdrive distortion tones, 3 distinct overdrive distortion tones, just with each pedal, not combining pedals. Okay, I'm not even combining pedals. So depending on the amp I get, I have 3 different colors that I can cover. Sometimes I never use the overdrive. I only use the King of Tone. Sometimes I use a lot the overdrive. It depends on the amp that I get, but it gets me through the way. Then I have the MVO, which is a Portuguese brand made in my hometown, Braga, by my good friend Miguel Oliveira, which is a fucking great pedal. And this is the Buddha font. He did it for me. I'm the elephant on the pedal. It shrunk it down. It's basically kind of a ZVEX Fuzz Factory mammoth fuzz. It has dirt, which is drive or fuzz or distortion. It has fart, which is kind of a compression thing where the pedal farts up. It has an EQ and a level. Simple. I use it a lot. It's one of my favorite effects because it's really dirty. And, well, take a listen. It's great. It's kind of a synth sound pedal, but if you cut the volume, depending on the settings you have, it will start to crap up a lot more, and it will have a duck sounding. Almost as if the amp is breaking. So I love to use it with the volume and play with it. I have a song, Buddha Power Blues song, I Do the Walk While I Do the Talk, where the solo is with this fuzz on and the volume kind of on 5. It depends on the night. And the Leslie, the fast Leslie setting. So I can use the loop on the M9 to create the basis for the solo. It's really addictive. This pedal is, I really love this effect. and it's really interactive, and it's really heavy too. For Tony, my German friend, one of Buddha Power Blues songs, I use it with the octave down on the M9, so I have this preset, which is an octave down. Well, it's not just the octave down, it's a blend between the normal signal and the octave, but I use it with the fuzz. Okay. Woo! Then I have the Ultimate Octave, which is a great pedal because it is an octave fuzz, a fuzz, and it has two different tones with this small switch in here. So, as it is my octave fuzz. Which, oddly enough, it sounds good on a clean amp. Usually the octave fuzz is too harsh, and that's because usually it sounds like this. It's mid-scoop. They have installed a FET setting, which makes it a lot more natural. And you still have just the fuzz. So this switch here turns off the octave. So here's my gain section in this 4 pedals, which are kind of 6 pedals, because this is 2 effects and this is 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have my trusty Voodoo Vibe, which is a uni vibe. Okay, and last but not least, I have my effect delay, which is a very long repeat that I use to create landscapes and but this is also my studio board. So I have it here in the studio, and I use it as I need it. If I need some overdrive, if I need fuzz, whatever effects I might need. And I have a second way of combining pedals. Sometimes with Fender amps, as I'm playing today, especially with twin reverbs, the highs might be a little too harsh. So if I use the if that happens, I usually use the King of Tone always on, and then I use all the other pedals into it. Take a listen to the Buddha font, for example. Without the King of Tone, with. So it's really a lot less harsh. The Octavia. The Overdrive. So it's usually a secret weapon, not as secret as that, but the pedals, the fuzz pedals, sound really different when they go into another overdrive because of the compression, because of the distortion that really shapes the tone of the fuzz, especially of the fuzzes or the higher gain settings, and depending on the amp. Sometimes with my Lone Star, I don't need that. I even don't like it. Don't like to use overdrive pedals before the fuzz because the Lone Star is already really warm and beautiful, and I use it on the verge of breaking up, so I don't need it to be a little smoother. But with twin reverbs or sometimes with Hot Rod Deluxes, which I usually get on stage on rentals, it usually is a good option to have this approach, at least to me. And then my M9 is my do-it-all in one box, because if I need a reverb, I can easily create a reverb. I have scenes, as you can probably see here. I have a Buddha Power Blues scene. I have a Hendrix scene when we do Hendrix stuff. I have Dona Carioca scene, which is, I think it is this one. I have this good reverb. Yeah, this is a Dona Carioca scene. So I have the chorus, which I use for the funky stuff. I have the auto wah setting. I have the rotary. I have this tremolo setting that I learned from Osnoy. which is a really fast tremolo. I have a slapback. And a good reverb. Or well, it all can be done here, and I really love, I can't stress this enough, I'll probably do an episode on the M series because I really love this series, this Line 6 series. It has a lot of options. It has reverbs, tremolos, modulations, all the kinds of modulations, phasers, chorus, flangers, tremolos, you name it. It has really great reverbs, amazing delays. The distortions can be finicky, but can be really working. Really good thing. But it is a really great tool, and it has a loop section, so I can play with myself. Well, that's it. I hope you have liked the show. I hope this has been useful to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's super important that you join the family. The more we are, the better things we can do. We are getting close to 2,000 at this moment. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with the world, and we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.